This episode is brought to you by Squarespace. They're the all-in-one platform that makes it fast and easy to create your own professional website. I use Squarespace to build the Ice-T finallevel.com and the pbhgear.com sites. Both websites took no longer than 2 hours to make and look insanely dope. All of their plans even include free e-commerce, so I'm able to sell my new shirts on both sites for no additional charge and with the utmost ease. When you have your own business, you need to use products and services that you can rely on and never have to worry about. For the Ice business, Squarespace is one of those services. My site has never gone down, and I've never had any problems with it. Start with a free trial at squarespace.com with no credit card required. When you're ready to purchase a plan, get 10% off with the offer code ICE. That's squarespace.com, offer code ICE.
Upon initial contact with Ice-T's music, I had envisioned him to be an ill-mannered and psychologically unstable man with an extremely uneducated and barbaric frame of mind, whose raps displayed nothing but ridiculous jargon, shocking sexual audacity, and repulsive images of the ghetto. However, after further analysis of his music, I can deduce that he is the epitome of anti-disestablishment terrorism, who embodies the entire spectrum of the urban experience and struggle. But to make things more plain and simple to the layman, I find Ice-T to be the dopest, flyest, OG pimp, hustler, gangster player, hardcore motherfucker living today. To be honest, I am totally and completely on his dick.
Welcome to the Ice-T Final Level Podcast, featuring your co-host, Mick Benzo, and your host,
Ice-T.
Hey, yo, what's up out there? This is Ice-T and Mick Benzo on Final Level Podcast number 11. Mick.
Hey, yo, don't get no better than this, baby. I keep telling y'all, every time y'all go to Vegas, right? When y'all want to win something, y'all hit what? 7 and 11, right? So, goddamn it, you just hit 11 and you won something. Ice-T Final Level Podcast once again, and we're still in the building.
And we got a special guest.
Oh, shit, man. Come on, man. He ain't special. He might be
supernatural.
Special.
He's supernatural.
He might be special. He might be special, but not a special guest.
Supernatural. He's a friend.
Yeah.
But basically, break it down.
Well, we got my man, and he came all the way from Montana. We from Montana, right?
Yeah.
And he flew here on this here podcast just to get down with Mick and Ice-T. He go by the one and only, and if you haven't heard about him, it's motherfucking Reggie Watts in the building. Hey, Reg, what's up, baby?
How are you doing?
Come on, man. I mean, look, you don't take haircuts?
You know, I would, but I'm allergic to scissors.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they look
I can
strange.
dig it. I'm allergic to sharp instruments too.
There you
usually.
go.
Yeah, I happened I started having that problem when I was in jail.
Oh,
There you
shit,
go.
sharp objects don't
Yeah,
work.
Sharp
Yeah,
objects,
yeah.
not cool.
Reg, I mean, you flew over here to get with me and Ice. I mean, is there
Yeah.
anything that you're doing? We're not going to go into all of it, but what have you done lately?
What have I done lately? I just got done filming some TV show for Comedy Bang Bang, the show that I'm on IFC.
Oh, you on Comedy Bang Bang?
Yeah. I'm like
You look like you could be down with the fucking Roots, man.
I run into Quest all the time. It's crazy. Actually, I went to the Webbies the other day, and this reporter dude or blog guy came up to me and was like, yo, Quest, can I talk to you about some stuff? And I just went with it. I was like, yeah, sure, let's talk about
you're a funny
whatever.
motherfucker. He cut you a check, but you made him put it in your name, right?
Yep. Now, the people that might not know about Reggie, say his name so they can Google it correctly.
Reggie Watts. Where can they find Reggie Watts?
I have a website, but it's really terrible right now.
Doesn't matter. This is a terrible podcast.
Take him to YouTube.
It's ReggieWatts.com, but I'm most active on Instagram, which I'm just Reggie Watts.
But where can they see you do your thing? See, that's what I know about.
YouTube, just put in Reggie Watts.
How do you spell Reggie Watts? Because some of my people don't know how to spell.
R-E-G, 2 G's, 2 T's, ReggieWatts.
Now, Mickey,
right.
when I seen this dude on TV, so I'm
Right.
watching television one night, and I see this dude, and it's like, I don't know what show it is, and all of a sudden this dude starts making one sound. And then he starts turning it into a song, and before you know it, then comes a beat, then comes another sound.
So he had a lot of instruments, you saying?
Out of his mouth, though.
So
And
that's like Dougie and Bismarck.
No.
and
Pause.
Supernatural?
Pause. you know, when you're talking about beatboxing, there's different things. He does something a little bit. It's like an evolution of beatboxing. It's a different thing. It's like music. It's more different dimensions to it. And I don't like to pigeonhole people and put people on top of you because Dougie Fresh is one of the best that ever did it.
Right.
Human being. But then you got Bismarck. Yeah. And then you got Rozelle. You got so all these cats are bad, but Reggie is a motherfucker, okay? Follow me when I'm saying he is a motherfucker, and I'm sitting there, and it's hard to drop Ice-T's jaw. Mm-hmm. You know, because I hate people that, I'm new. I'm like, nigga, you ain't new.
That's done before.
That's just done, nigga. That's not new, you know? The person that did it's tired of doing it. Now you picking up his old shit. Like, I done got tired of wearing these clothes, and you done picked them up, put them on, talking about they new. Nigga, they ain't new. So he is remarkable. Everybody out there, you know, during this podcast or after it, if you pause the podcast, go see him in action so you can really understand how phenomenal an artist this
we ain't
guy
gonna
is.
leave y'all without giving y'all some of what he does, but that's gonna come down the line because y'all locked into the Final Level podcast. You know, we got a lot of things here, but Reggie Watts is in the building with us.
I am.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not a hologram.
And we mean you've been busy.
Yeah. Well, we've been doing some things. I think I leaked it yesterday. I actually leaked it out.
What'd you leak?
Day before yesterday. You and Louis Guzman.
Oh yeah. We on the DL, me and Louis Guzman did a commercial for Boost Mobile, and it's funny. I saw a link. If you go to, where do you go to see it?
BoostMobile.com/vote. That's because they're looking for a spokes battle. What they're doing is Ice is actually acting like he's on I want to say American Idol. And they coaching two kids. Ice got a girl and Louis Guzman got a guy. Now y'all know Louis Guzman from Carlito's Way. Remember that movie Carlito's Way? Yeah, he was with Al Pacino. Him and Ice, this is really hot too, man.
Oh man.
Yeah. So we did this commercial in LA. It's really funny, and it's gonna be a type of a campaign where they want you to pick. Of course, you're gonna pick the girl I'm coaching because I'm the best coach.
Yeah, and y'all listening to our podcast, so Louis don't know. So the girl got to win.
Yeah, and Boost Mobile decided I was good enough for them to be, you know, part of their campaign. So therefore, our podcast loves Boost Mobile because a lot of people won't fuck with me, Mickey.
Nah,
a lot of people like, we don't know about Ice-T. He's a little
you know what it
edgy.
is? They think that we cost $2 million, man. That's all it is, man.
Yeah.
We only cost $1 million. We only cost $1 million. You know.
Run of the mill.
So Boost Mobile spokes battle. Vote for the next spokesperson for Boost Mobile. Go to boostmobile.com/vote. And remember, the one that Ice-T is coaching, that's who you vote for. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. You vote for the girl.
And it's free, and you get to see me and Louis Guzman clowning a little bit. It's funny. That's something to do. All right, let's get to this podcast. You ready?
Right. Yeah, baby.
All right, let's go. This is news. What's going on in the world, in the news world, Mick?
Man, well, basically, I got to talk about a little hip hop in the news. Finally, we got some fucked up news, man. You know, Mos Def was literally born in Brooklyn, New York, and lived there for 33 years of his life. He moved to South Africa, and he wants to come back to United States to do a tour, and United States has denied him entry to come back in. Have you ever heard of something like that, Reg?
That's crazy. I mean, yeah, I don't know. He's not criminal. Did he do anything criminal?
What you think, Iceberg? I'm saying Mos Def.
I don't know. You know, that's why I've always been cautious. Whenever I go overseas, I'm always on my best behavior. I'm just like, man, I know if I ever get in trouble in another country, ain't nobody in the United States coming to save me or get me out of, you know, the problem with getting back into this country can be difficult. And he's probably caught up in a lot of this red tape they have over there, citizenship, dual citizenship. It's drama, man. When you start crossing international borders, it's crazy. I'm sure it'll get figured out.
Right.
Because he West definitely was born in the United States. And at the end of the day, it's probably going to be some money.
So you think, I mean, just off the record, I don't think Mos Def would have left the United States without paying taxes.
No, it's not taxes.
You know.
It's more like, okay, if you live in the other country, but then he wants to come back to the United States to do a tour, they're going to be like, hold up. And they're going to make him sign a gang of paperwork and make sure they might have an IRS cat rolling with him on tour. You know?
Okay.
IRS rep.
Yeah. You know, like, this is my IRS rep. He's counting tickets.
No, this is
It's money.
very unusual that you lived in the United States, moved to another country, and they won't let you back into your U.S.
There's
citizenship.
got to be some kind of a thing. Either
Maybe
he's
he denounced U.S. citizenship or something. I don't know. I don't know.
No, he ain't
Y'all let
done
me
nothing.
know.
He ain't done nothing crazy. It's just that, man, we tour the world and we get to Canada and half the crew can't get into Canada. And I remember one time we were going to Russia and one of my boys, they took his passport and took him in the back with the Russians.
Oh, no.
And all of us got on the plane and everybody was looking at me like, you going to go get him? I'm like, man, listen, man, the Russians got him. I'm like, we're going to have to sit this one out.
Ain't nothing we can do about it except Code Red. So if you ever on tour with Ice-T, which he'll be going on tour very soon, and you hear Ice-T yell out Code Red, if he said yellow, that's a caution. Code Red means every man for himself.
Yeah.
It gets crazy over there. And I tell my guys when we're over tour, I'm like, don't be touching these girls. Don't be doing this. Don't be doing that. Hey, tell the story you told me about when you were in Africa and they didn't want you to leave.
Me and Fat Joe Ja Rule was over in Angola, Africa for 2 shows. We were doing 2 shows, but going over there, it takes about 2 weeks to get back because planes don't move as often as they do. So we over there, and this guy called Rikinya kept us over there for 3 weeks, right? So now he keep telling us all these shows and this and that. Someone walked over to us and said, listen, man, y'all need to get out of here. I said, what are you talking about? He's trying to really keep y'all here. And a couple of months prior to that, they had kidnapped DMX in Angola. His man had to go to the council and say, yo, man, my guy's in here. We from United States. I don't know what they did with him because he went over there bugging out or tripping. But that's on a different note. We were over there. God told us, y'all need to get out of here, for real. So we get to the airport. Rikinya has supposed to pay for the tickets. We get there. The guy said, these tickets have not been paid for. At that point, Fat Joe himself says, Mick, I don't give a fuck what it costs. Pay these tickets. I said, for Ja Rule's crew, too. He said, I wouldn't give a fuck. Pay for everybody. Let's get the fuck out of South Africa. So we left Angola, baby. You know, they'll hold you hostage.
That's crazy.
Hey, so I guess the moral of this story is America the beautiful, but when you leave, you might have a harder time getting back to this motherfucker than you ever thought. And that was news.
It's crazy, man.
All right. This segment we call sports. Just so happens that I'm on my way out of here right after this podcast. I'm going to Indianapolis to the Indianapolis 500. You know our prior guest, Marco Andretti. My relative, my little homie.
You talking about Marco's son or grandson?
Mario's. All right, everybody, when I say Marco Andretti, you got to keep breaking it down. One of the most famous drivers in the history of the world is Mario Andretti. He has a son named Michael Andretti who won the Indy 500. Marco is the grandson, and he happened to become friends with me. We've been knowing each other. He actually has King Maximus's puppy, one of our dogs' puppies. So we're related by dogs.
That's family.
Yeah, he's family. But he's racing on Sunday in the Indianapolis 500. He's on the second row, and they're going to get out there and get it going. I think he can win it this year. He's got a fast car. Snapple sponsoring him, and it's crazy, man. They're out there. They qualified at about 232 miles an hour average.
Damn, that's just speed. Reggie, Mr. Watts.
Yes.
Would you get out there on that motherfucking racetrack?
Absolutely.
Oh shit.
See?
Yeah, I love driving.
You do something for Brown Week there?
I would. Yeah, I would. My sponsor, in the name of Brown, would be UPS.
Okay, UPS.
UPS, he get there.
I want a car that's UPS all over.
Well, anyway, we're going to go out there, and it's a big event. You know, it's like, remember me and you went to the Kentucky Derby?
Oh, that was dope.
Well, it's the same kind of thing in Indy. I went to Indy before with 310 back in the day when they had one of the first black teams out there. My boy Mark Layla and them had one.
Out of L.A., right?
Mm-hmm. Right. I went there, but, it's big money. I mean, they only had one car. Mark and them had one car, and they didn't win, and they were out of the game.
They had no extra cars.
Nah. You gotta. Those people are serious, and but it's a big. They got the big. It's like a big event, in Indy. We got the red carpets. They got parades. They got.
So you and Coco going?
Yeah, we're gonna be. They know we're coming. Guests of honor, the whole 9 yards.
That's
we get
hot.
to go in the pits and just see the race. So I'm excited about it. It's very rare that I get to go and do something I want to do.
That you like to do, too. You like racing.
Yeah, I love racing. Usually I'm going to somebody's event or somebody's appearance that maybe I'm getting paid to go, but it's not something I necessarily want to do.
Right.
When I finally say, yo, this is something I really want to go to do, I'm very excited about it. But we're going to hope that by the time you hear this, because this show will play on Tuesday after Memorial Day, Marco will at least won.
He should have won. He should
be on
win.
the podium.
He should win.
Or in the game, they call it podium.
Yeah, he
Mick,
should be on the podium. Okay.
that means one of the top 3.
He should. Come on, man. It's got too many goddamn family members that know how to do it. He know how to raise.
No, it's in his DNA.
Exactly, man. It's genetically superior.
Yeah. So the podcast love goes out to one of the podcast family, Marco Andretti, on Sunday at the Indianapolis 500.
And all the race
and
car
also
drivers.
on top of it is make sure and God bless everybody out there, because this is a dangerous sport. People die.
Yeah.
We don't want anybody to get hurt
They
out
get a
there.
lot of accidents, but they do walk away from it. It's kind of weird, though.
But
It
a
can happen.
lot of people have died racing cars.
So big up to all the race car drivers.
got balls.
But we going with our guy.
Yeah.
Yo, so that's the Indy 500. We hope Marco won, and that was sports. America was built by innovators and dreamers. People like Thomas Edison and Henry Ford laid the foundation for our country. These days, it's the inventors and entrepreneurs all around us like you that keep our country running by fueling the job market and the economy. This month, LegalZoom celebrates innovation by helping you launch your dream. Apply for a patent to secure your invention. Register your trademark to protect your products and services. Incorporate or form an LLC and launch your business. Visit LegalZoom.com and use the discount code ICE. They'll provide the personal attention you need and the help to take care of all the details. They've helped over 1 million businesses get started right, and they received an A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Celebrate innovation with LegalZoom today and get a special price on trademark, copyright, or provisional patent applications by using the discount code ICE at checkout. LegalZoom provides legal help through independent attorneys and self-help. They are not a law firm. LegalZoom.com, discount code ICE. Okay, this is Final Level Podcast number 11, and this is TV.
Yeah, we got somebody in our building right now on the podcast. He works TV a lot too, Iceberg. He be on this thing called, I believe, Comedy Bang Bang, right?
That's on IFC.
Yeah, IFC. That's Reggie Watts, right? But I like to see him on all that YouTube shit. Reg, you got to tell us a little bit about you, because listen,
where did you come from?
Shit, man. I know you still looking like Quest, but this is Reggie Watts. Come on, Reg, man. Come on, man. What's happening with you?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff. I just been performing a long time. So since 2000.
How did you get in this shit, man?
Well, I've been playing music all my life, piano and violin, stuff like that. But, basically I got involved in drama in high school, and I really like comedy. And so when I moved from Montana, where I grew up, I moved to Seattle, 1990, height of just before the grunge thing blew up and everything. And, I moved to Seattle, and I was mainly just doing music. So I was doing playing keyboard synthesizers in bands, and then I started singing a little bit more, and then I became more of a singer. And then interspersed with all the millions of bands I was in, hardcore bands, heavy metal bands, avant-garde, jazz, world music, West African music, whatever, you name it. I started doing a little bit of comedy, just sitting at a piano making up songs and saying really dumb shit. So I was just like, okay, I'll do this, to make some money. But then as the music industry got harder and harder to kind of, feel like I was going to make some kind of a career out of it, because, the music industry was confused in the mid-90s.
I said he saw you doing...
No, I seen him doing this thing.
Yeah.
Where he had a sampler.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
That's right.
He'd make a sound, and he put it into the sampler.
Yep.
And then as that sound would play, he'd make another sound and connect them. He had a special sampler, and he would just layer... What is that called? I've never seen anybody do that.
Oh, that's that thing. It's a 4-track looper. Mm-hmm. So basically, like an old school 4-track that you'd use in your bedroom, in the 80s or early 90s. It's like instead of the tracks just recording infinitely, they just loop. Mm-hmm. So I can add things on top of each other. But also, I have another looper that you can add stuff, but you can't take it away. Mm-hmm. With this 4-track looper, I can put a bass line down, add some drums on a second track, and so on and so forth, and I can take stuff out and then bring it back in.
But all this stuff you're doing comes out of your mouth.
Yeah, it's mostly all vocal. I now have like a little tiny keyboard that sometimes I'll loop with, but mostly it's all vocal.
So you blend poetry with all that shit too?
Yeah, I mean it's all like improvised. Like nothing I do I write. So I just kind of get up on stage and hope something good happens.
I hate putting people on the spot. You gonna improvise something for us?
Sure, I can.
They
do
told
that.
me you teach science. Though.
No, hold on.
No, let me find with this science. We get to that.
Mickey,
Hold
on. We getting ready to see him improvise something.
Well, let me see Reggie. Let me see something, Reg.
Anxious now.
We're gonna see what Reg got
see
here,
it.
man.
I
Fuck
can-
it, man.
I can-
Final little podcast. Reggie Watts, baby.
Yeah, I'm fascinated with this fucking
Yeah,
thing.
see,
All
now
right.
that's one of your friends. When I had my guy up here from Bob Burger, you kept saying how much I like Bob's Burger. You like Reggie Watts, man.
I noticed. Well, obviously he ain't sneaking up on you with that motherfucking hair. So, you know him as soon as you see him. He's smart marketing. His marketing sense is great. All right, let's see what you got.
All
man.
right, let's see if this will even work, but we can give it a shot. Here we go.
Yo,
Now
that was dope.
That was
dope.
official. I can see what you're saying, Ice. You say when people do things, they're like, well, this is new. And you're like, no, bruh. That's old because it's been done. That was new.
That's jazz. It's different. It's funky.
That was nice.
Yeah. And the thing of it is, Reg got music in his brain, so it's like he's just ad-libbing songs and tracks, and a lot of times you hear beatbacks, they're gonna do the beats that we're familiar with. He's just coming off the head.
That was
with
unique.
it.
That was unique.
And he's got
Okay,
tricks when he adds that sampling thing going to it. Watch him on YouTube. That's all we gotta say.
Yeah, go to YouTube. Check out my guy Reggie. That's ReggieWatts. Or you can check him out at not Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, but Comedy Bang
Comedy
Bang
Pow,
Bang.
motherfucker.
Not comedy gangbang either.
And that was TV. Okay, yo, this Final Level Podcast number 11, and this is movies. And let me tell you, I went and saw a movie that I love, and a lot of people probably think it's corny, but it made a lot of motherfucking money, and it's Godzilla. And I'm a Godzilla motherfucking fan. I love Godzilla. I've seen fucking 40 Godzilla movies. I seen Godzilla versus Mothra. I seen Godzilla versus Rodan. I seen Godzilla back in the day coming over some. I didn't see them destroy Tokyo 55 motherfucking times. This new Godzilla was decent. The Godzilla monster looked like the old. See, the problem is a lot of the newer Godzillas, they changed the way Godzilla looked.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
No.
Illegal.
Keep original.
Violation.
Godzilla, everyone knows.
Yeah.
You can't make a skinny King Kong.
Oh, you better not. You better not.
A big, long, tall King Kong.
Oh, no, that ain't
Niggas
gonna
know
work.
how King Kong looks, man. So stop playing. So the Godzilla we went and saw, first, he's fighting some big cockroach-looking motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
These things is coming. They can swim and do all this stuff. But, of course, Godzilla, he's for the people. And he comes and he has to fight him. I don't want to give it away, but at one point, he basically shoots fire down the throat of this other
How
monster.
the hell he gonna shoot fire down a fucking another animal's throat?
Snatched his punk ass. Snatched him. And when they be fighting, son, they be fighting in the
So
middle.
wait a minute, you were saying he was talking shit
Yeah,
and
he got
Godzilla,
burnt.
and Godzilla's burnt
took him out. He
Took
just
him out. He talked shit and Godzilla
got
got him.
burnt.
That's what happens.
Yep. And the cold thing is, Mick, is when they fighting in Tokyo or wherever they want to fight. I think they fighting in Frisco in this one too. When Godzilla, if he's fighting, he loses balance. He put his hand on a building, the whole building goes down.
Building fall.
Yeah,
too heavy.
And people
heavy.
just got to sit back and go, well, we got to let them handle it because they shooting everything at them. And they let's put it like this: in this movie, they go after him with nuclear weapons, right?
So they get these nuclear missiles.
Yeah.
The two monsters they're after grab the nukes and eat them.
Oh shit! Couldn't stop him with that neither.
Yeah, 'cause
What's
that
the
was
name
their
of this
food.
movie?
Godzilla,
Just
nigga.
I'm saying I need to know the name because I'm gonna go see that. Hey, Reg, I'm gonna go check that out. I'm gonna go see that tonight.
I'm gonna see it.
Get
this
the
afternoon.
fuck up.
I'ma see
Simon
that.
says, get the fuck up.
I'm gonna see that.
Get the fuck up. Throw your hands in the sky.
Godzilla, baby.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's funny.
Ask Pharaoh Monk what the fucking name of the song is,
Oh,
nigga.
shit, see? Okay, I don't want no
Godzilla.
Girl,
No trouble.
rub on your titties. Nah, dun, 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 dun. So that's what it is. Movies right now. Go see Godzilla. It's an old school flashback movie. If you don't like that, if you want some old, some heavy acting, don't go see Godzilla. But if you just want fun and something to take the kids to see and some wild ass shit, some traditional old school monsters from back in the day. That's why I like Pacific Rim so much. That's another flashback movie I liked because they had all the old school classic monsters coming up out of the Pacific fighting and
It was
stuff.
great.
And check out Godzilla. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I want to see Godzilla.
Godzilla and Pacific Rim if you're into the big old school monsters. Basically
Yeah.
people in big suits.
Yeah, giant robot suits.
Dope.
Killing.
And that was movies.
This episode's brought to you by Hulu Plus. You've probably tried Hulu on your computer. Hulu Plus is way more than that. With Hulu Plus, you can watch current season episodes of your favorite shows like Bob's Burger, Family Guy, and one of my favorites, The Following, and watch every episode of shows like Law & Order SVU, South Park, Doctor Who, and Mickey's favorite, Mr. Ed. Get Hulu Plus and get caught up on SVU. Anything on TV worth watching is on Hulu Plus. You can even get ad-free movies and kids shows too. They even got dope films such as Bruno, Men in Black, and my man Arnold Schwarzenegger's classic cut, The Terminator. Now more than ever, there is so much to watch. Take total control with Hulu Plus to stream these shows and thousands more as much as you want whenever you want. Hulu Plus works on your computer, smart TV, Roku, Apple TV, Xbox, PlayStation, pretty much any streaming device you already own. You can even watch on your iPhone or iPad anywhere. You'll also get access to Hulu's original shows that you can't get anywhere else. Check out their new show, Deadbeat. It's a comedy about a pothead who talks to ghosts, okay? You can check out all 10 episodes of this exclusively on Hulu Plus. For only $7.99 a month, you can get your shows anytime, anywhere, right now. Sign up for Hulu Plus at huluplus.com/Ice-T and get 2 weeks full access completely free. Did you hear me? Free. That's a whole extra week more with this special offer when you sign up at huluplus.com/Ice-T. You can also get there by clicking on the banner at icetfinallevel.com. Okay, we got a banner right there on our site. So get with it and start streaming TV now on Hulu Plus.
Hey, yo, this is Final Level Podcast with my man Reggie, the human motherfucking symphony orchestra, Pro Tools, MP3.com, nigga. 4-channel, phase, deluxe, microbot head, nigga. Excuse me, and I'm got a cough, and, those Ice-T sound sick. Yeah, because I am sick, bitch ass.
People get sick. People get sick.
Yeah, I got this cough some fucking where. I don't know what happened, but it's going away. It's going away. It's nasty, though. But what you gonna do? You take medicine that should make you feel worse.
Take medicine, your ass gonna lock up, your ears gonna bleed, your nose gonna run. You might just take the cough, man.
Yeah, I'm all right with it.
Fuck them. We good, man.
Yeah. So right now, we're about to go into music on the Final Level Podcast, number 11. Now, on this music segment, we're going to do something that we did last week. We are going to leak a new body count record. Now, last week, we didn't know how that would work. We leaked Talk Shit, Get Shot, and y'all went motherfucking crazy. The shit actually ended up on the radio, Mickey.
Yeah, I know. It sounded like radio, man.
The record hasn't been released on the radio, but people actually snatched it off the podcast and put it on the radio. So I was like, okay, the record comes out June 10th.
June 10th, Manslaughter.
So we got the new music video out for Talk Shit, Get Shot. As we stand, we're almost at 180,000 views on it. Probably by the time you see this thing will probably be way over 200,000 views.
Oh, for sure, all day.
500,000 views. We would love to get 1 million views on it. I really believe a lot of the heat is coming from the podcast. I think me and you, Mickey, we created a nice fan base of people that really are into what we do.
They enjoy what we do. These are not, hey, Reg, you know, when you're out there and a lot of people say, yo, what's up, Ice? How you doing? Some of those people are truly friends, because we don't call them fans. And some of them are just fake-ass people, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
what
totally.
we have here on the podcast is real folks, man. They like what we do.
They like what we do.
They respect us. They respect us. They tune in faithfully. We appreciate it. So what Ice is saying is, Ice, bro, you gonna leak this new joint?
So we're gonna leak a song, and this is an interesting record, and I'm gonna let it play first, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna give you the description. But this is a leak off the new Manslaughter album. I ain't gonna tell you the title of it.
Just check out this song right now.
I got a hoe from the east, I got a hoe from the west. Got a hoe that likes to jack it off and rub it in her chest. I got a bitch from the north, got a bitch from the south. Got a bitch that like to suck it long and hold it in her mouth. I got a bitch with hair, a bitch with none. A bitch with a knife, a bitch with a gun. A bitch with ass big as a TV set. And there's a bitch over there, hey, the one I'm gonna get, but yo, but maybe not. She may not like me though. No sweat to a vet, I'll rock a sister though. Word. I rock the whole damn herd. Fuck them all and leave them on the curb. I got a bitch with a mink who rocks a fat gold link, who likes to fuck me with her ass upon the kitchen sink. I got a bitch with tits, a bitch with ass, a bitch with none. But hey, I give her a pass and I love them all. I love them crazily and they love me back. That's why they stay with me. So if you're having girl problems, I feel bad for your son. I got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. Hit me. 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. If you're having girl problems, I feel bad for your son. Got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. Got a bitch that's old, a bitch that's new, a bitch who loves velvet and the color's blue. I got a bitch that's fat, a bitch that's built, a bitch so old her titties give out powdered milk. I got a bitch who's funny, a bitch who ain't, a bitch that can sing, a bitch who can't. I got a bitch that loves fucking on an airplane. I even got a bitch off Soul Train. I got a bitch who rolls ragtop bins, long ends. I got a bitch who's broke as a bum, but she's the most fun. I got a bitch that plays piano, a bitch who don't, a bitch that dances naked, a bitch that won't, a bitch who's short, a bitch who's tall, a bitch who burns my phone out with priority calls. And I love them all, I love them crazily, and they love me back. That's why they stay with me. So if you're having girl problems, I feel bad for your son. Got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. Hit me. 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. If you're having girl problems, I feel bad for your son. Got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. I got a bitch that loves a G. She'll fuck you right after she fucks me. I got a bitch that loves boats. I got a bitch that loves handcuffs and ropes. I got a bitch that's fast, a bitch that's slow, a bitch that's a virgin and a bitch that's a hoe, a bitch that lies, a bitch that's true, a bitch who's a man because y'all bitches too. I got a bitch that's cool, a bitch that's hot, a bitch who loves rap, a bitch who loves rock, a bitch who's lost and one who knows where it's at. She gets up under me and purrs like a cat. I got a bitch that runs, a bitch that walks, a bitch that yells, a bitch that talks, a bitch that's dirty, a bitch that's neat, a super fine bitch that I knocked it to swap meet. And I love them all, I love them crazily, and they love me back. That's why they stay with me. So if you're having girl problems, I feel bad for your son. Got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. Hit me. 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. If you're having girl problems, I feel bad for your son. Got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one.
Pow, motherfucker. That's what it was.
Oh, shit. Yo, Reg, you like that shit?
99 problems, man.
That's 99 problems. Guess what, though? A lot of folks may even put this here saying that hey, yo, that's Jay-Z's song. But for the record, for our listeners that understand Ice-T, this was done 11 years ago on the Home Invasion album. Him and Brother Marquise did it first. But what we did do, I think Ice wanted to, Ice, why did we take that song and you started out a cappella on this joint, and then that rock music just came in?
Well, you
so
know what it is?
banging.
When Jay didn't steal the record. People say, well, Jay steal it. No, they got permission. They wanted to do the record because he liked the record. But what happened is, with all the juice that happened with him having such a big hit, people like, well, damn, he invented it. So then everybody has been coming to me like, Ice, you got to come back with the original version. Come back with the original version. So what I thought what I would do is we would do the original version, a cappella,
right,
and then we come back with Body Count playing music similar to Jay-Z's
That was
music
hot.
to
That
kind of
was
just bring it all around, and everybody's like, what the fuck just
That was
happened?
hot.
What the fuck that happened? So some of your friends, when they hear this record, will open their dumb mouth and say, Ice-T did Jay-Z's record, and then feel free to reach over and smack him in the face with your dick or something.
Yeah,
all right?
smack shit out.
Smack the shit out of them. Let them understand how new they are to this motherfucking game. Let them understand that they shouldn't talk when grown people are fucking talking.
No, we already told you the first record is Talk Shit, Get Shot, so stop it, all right?
But
now this is 99 Problems.
And 99 Problems is really just like a, like we used to do interludes in the albums. This is just kind of like an interlude. It doesn't really necessarily reflect the Body Count album, because it's just a simple lick.
Remember, y'all, this is a leak for y'all.
This is just something we put on the record to
Red,
fuck
you
with
like
people's
it?
heads.
Red, you like that song?
That's really hard. I like it.
Now don't go using that shit in your comedy show.
I probably
Because
will.
some of you niggas are bitches too.
Y'all see?
He said it. I said some of you niggas are bitches too.
But-
so don't do that to us, man.
One of the things about making albums, and I think it is a lost art, is that inside of an album, you can do a lot of things. You can put little skits and things that wouldn't necessarily be on a single. You have more freedom and stuff. And so I just thought this would be a cool thing to drop inside of the BC. And it's also something I could perform at the BC concerts too, and rock it out. But I love the look on the faces. It's funny, since we put out Talk Shit, Get Shot, I mean, I'm reading the reviews, and a lot of people like, Ice-T has a new rock band.
Oh, shit,
or
you knew?
Ice-T decided to get into metal.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, nigga,
You
it was 1992 when we did this. You was still swimming in your motherfucking daddy's ball sack. Fuck out of here.
We've done it before, and we still doing it
Yeah.
now.
So
ain't nothing changed with Body Count. The
Nothing.
only thing that's changed is we giving you new music. You can check us out though on a Mayhem Fest. Go to IceTFinalLevel.com. Look up tours. Look at all the dates. See you in one of them cities.
Also, anything you want to do as far as getting the album, you can pre-order the album right now at bodycountband.com. We got t-shirts, we got all that kind of shit up there. I mean, we just trying to make a movement. And the thing of it is we're not going to do it on the radio. We're not going to do it on any of these video channels. We're only going to do it from the internet with fans and new fans.
I got a question,
Hold
Ice
on,
Bro.
let me keep building. It's about new fans. It's not really, I know I got a bunch of you guys that are old fans, but we need the youth. We need new people that have never heard the group before to really jump on board this year. And that's where the movement really is going to take off. So we appreciate all the support. And when you got that motherfucker that never heard the group, take him in, put the video on, pull him, get his ear, and then, we continue to grow.
So I want to ask you a question. On this tour that we're going to do on the Mayhem Fest, will Body Count be doing meet and greet with audience?
You go to bodycounttheband.com, and there's all kinds of packages you can buy. And one is a meet and greet that you get a ticket to the Mayhem Fest. You get posters. You get T-shirts. You get
one
hats.
ticket? You got to buy one ticket?
One ticket.
Is it expensive?
A little more expensive than a normal ticket.
Oh, but you get a meet and greet.
You get the meet and greet. You get the album. You get a video. I mean, not a video. You get the meet and greet. You get an album. You get a couple T-shirts. You get a poster.
Do I get out with Body Count or just Ice-T?
You get a picture with me, motherfucker. You get a picture with the group and a motherfucker picture with Coco. Goddamn.
Oh, shit, man. Hey, that's the Mayhem Fest, man. Y'all need to buy that. Get that ticket now so that you can get your meet and greet and meet Ice-T up and close with Body Count and Coco.
99 Problems.
And a bitch ain't one.
And that was music.
Man.
Hey, yo, this is Ice-T, Final Level Podcast number 11 with Reggie Watts, Mick Benzo, and this is one of the favorite segments of the podcast. I'm not a hater, but I hate shit. Mickey, you seem to be hating on something right now. What do you hate?
Come on, man. To be honest, man, I'm sitting here minding my business and, looking at news and looking at YouTubes, watching Reggie Watts, and something came across, motherfuckers talking about hologram concerts. I'm a little upset about that because if Michael Jackson, the king of pop, Tupac, Biggie, Eazy-E, and Heavy D have left the building, how the hell are y'all going to continue to do hologram concerts and people know that they already left the building? I think it's unfair for the simple fact, let them live, man. They gone, let them live. You don't have to continue putting that in the face to us, man. We'll listen to their music. We'll live by their music. Now,
I disagree.
okay, well, I don't.
I disagree.
I don't.
I saw the Tupac one. I thought it was dope. Tupac was a good friend of mine. I seen Michael Jackson. We are in a new world, man. New future things, and this is just future technology. How you feel about it, Red?
Well,
you disagree. There we go.
Yeah.
I disagree just a little bit, just because I think it's a little cheap. It's a little opportunistic. You know what I mean? It feels more like squeezing more money out, because I don't know how much it is about like how, you know, someone, I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know if it's because they love him or because they're like, let's make some money.
I think they're doing it because they know that they will pack a stadium for free with no goddamn band and people will watch your hologram and somebody will walk away with the money.
Yeah.
And I don't think Michael Jackson's walking away with it.
And that's the
weird.
part, that's the main thing. It's kind of like, I think there should be some, if there is a hologram situation going on, the money should definitely be going directly to the family or the people that, you know, the children
They
or the
call
family.
that an estate, but they're not giving it to them.
That has to be a prerequisite.
charity.
That has to be prerequisite, or else you can just put, you know, somebody dead on the tour forever and make money. And if money's not coming to the family, yeah, that's extreme exploitation. Because the thing of it is, if somebody I don't like wants me to do a show and I don't like them, I ain't doing no show.
Right.
But now if motherfuckers can get my hologram, I don't have to agree with them or anything. They can just buy my hologram and put me on tour. That's foul. But for me, personally, if I died and a motherfucker wanted to hologram me, I wouldn't mind it as long as I made sure my family and my kids got paid. I wouldn't want a third party motherfucker that doesn't have nothing to do with me that now somehow has bought the rights of my publishing to be able to basically put me on tour. Because if I didn't like somebody right now, they can't put me on tour. I'm like, I ain't doing it.
Exactly.
But if they could buy the rights to my image and put me on tour, it's almost like slavery. It's like they could just have me working all over the fucking world. There should be some legal boundaries to saying if someone is doing that, we got to make sure the right person is reaping the benefits. Yeah. And I think that's what you're saying, Reggie.
Yeah,
right?
that's all, my problem is like, I just want it to be, there's some love there. You know what I mean? Like the reason why it's happening because there's some love. And yeah, whether it's going to an estate, the people who, you know, the person who represents the hologram or a charity, you know, like it has to be a reason that feels good rather than like, oh, that's cool, but like, who's making all this money?
But you know what, Reg? It has to be above and beyond any record deal. It has to be an entirely new deal. You understand?
Well, you know what's going to happen? Record companies going to eventually start signing contracts
for your hologram.
For if you move away, I want the hologram. Then they can go out
hologram rights.
The hologram rights. But the thing about that too is I'm looking at is like, okay, we lost a lot of great people, and we're still alive. We're still doing concerts. Don't you think that promoters or somehow or another will figure a way to use the hologram for cheaper money? Don't need to hire you anymore and just do hologram concerts. Then we lose all the way around anyway.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, you know, I have a friend of mine.
I'd like to see James Brown, so they go get James Brown. They don't need to hire.
I like
Reggie.
to see Jimi Hendrix.
They want to see Jimmy. They don't need to see Body Count.
I mean, I think.
So I'm saying we can't let them start it because when they start that, you don't think so.
It's the future, man, and the future allows that. You know, I mean, I was watching a movie the other day where it's like you could die, but your actual brain will still be alive. You know, and you know, this is the future. It's like. I'm not really against it. I'm just like, you know, maybe there is a way that when I pass away, you could still talk to me or just talk to my consciousness or something. My thing is, if I sign to your label and you got the right to my hologram, you could really put in, you could put me out there like a slave. You could sell me for whatever, it's just. It's a touchy subject,
right?
You know, it's a touchy subject because, like I say, to get me on tour. You got to actually get me on tour. And I don't care how much money you offer me. If I don't like you, I ain't going.
You ain't doing it.
If I don't want to play that venue, I ain't doing it. But if you own my hologram right,
Yeah.
You can have me doing everything.
Yep.
And like I said, you can have me in a hologram. Next thing you know, you got me looking silly, doing shit I normally wouldn't do. There's no one to control really who I am because I'm gone.
Yep.
So I think up to this point, they've done it very respectfully.
Okay.
I think the Tupac one, the one I saw in Michael, was very respectful, but I can see it's a place where they can get stupid with it.
Well, Mick Benzo still hated it. Fuck him.
What if they decide to do a parody hologram and make
That
a
would be-
fool out of somebody dead?
Well, that's that's a problem because that depends on who owns the image and perpetuity. Blah blah
Well,
blah.
that's why I'm not a hater, but I hate that
And I agree
shit.
with you, Mickey. I agree with you, Mickey. And you hit a really good point. Beware, in the future, record deals might have a hologram clause.
I'm sure.
Remember,
it
they
will.
didn't have CDs before. You remember that, right?
Yeah,
They didn't
yeah.
have CDs. They had records and they had cassette tapes.
Yeah, that's right.
They didn't have CDs.
Could you imagine that, though? You're on tour.
No MP3s.
And all of a sudden, a whole bunch of technical equipment shows up, and you're like, what are you all doing? Well, the label is shooting your hologram in case you die. What the fuck you talking about? Just shooting my Well, they own you. And they want to make sure that they have a good hologram of you. You should perform well because you want this to be a good image of you.
You see that?
Forever.
Well, the Michael thing was a dancer. It wasn't even Michael. They just put his face on a dancer, so they don't even need your whole body. They just need your
shit,
face.
see?
That's
Well,
it.
Iceberg,
Careful.
I'm not a hater.
Your image
But
is
I
all
hate
over
that
the
shit.
internet. They could stitch it together.
Yeah,
without
I'm
even
split
asking.
on it, Mickey, but you're right. Yeah, we hate the
Something to
potential
think about.
of this hologram shit and where it can go.
Our podcast listeners are smart. Something for y'all to think about.
Oh yeah, definite.
The reason why Mick and I are so bothered by the possibility of record companies owning our hologram rights is because it's hard out there for a pimp. As artists and business owners, it's difficult to find companies as well as services worthy of your trust. Guys, I seriously advise you to look into the terms and conditions the Apple products and Google products and a lot of these social media platforms you use on a daily basis have. They're designed to gather all of your data and information for the purpose of selling it to the highest bidder, not with Squarespace. Squarespace not only puts out amazing products that help you create amazing websites, but it's an incredible all-around company. Squarespace is founded and based in the USA, puts a lot of great Americans to work, treats them incredibly well, it's a joy to work with, and creates tremendous value for their customers, and is always there when you need them for support 24/7. These are the kind of companies we need to buy from and support. That's why I use Squarespace to build both of my websites, Ice-T-FinalLevel.com and PBHgear.com. Now, did I mention that Squarespace's sites come with an array of beautiful templates to choose from, an easy to navigate drag and drop platform? It's so easy to use your grandmother or even a Mickey fan can make a Squarespace website. Squarespace's plans start at only $8 a month and come with a free domain name when you sign up for a year. $8 a month. What is $8 a month right now in the world? For a free trial, with no credit card required, just go to squarespace.com. When you're blown away and ready to confirm a plan, use the offer code ICE to get 10% off. You'll be getting a great deal supporting the podcast and helping to keep it free. That's SQUARESPACE.com. Offer code ICE. So we got a lot of final level people sending in some great Squarespace websites. Send your Squarespace site to iceandmick@gmail.com and we might even talk about you on the show. That's squarespace.com. Offer code ICE. Please support them since they're supporting us.
In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
This segment is called Behind the Scenes of SVU. Well, I told you guys last week, SVU is back. We got the 16 seasons, and we are in the studio as we speak, shooting 3 new episodes before we break for summer vacation. The 3 episodes are pretty, interesting. Danny's in trouble because, he went and whooped on that guy outside of the playground. He ain't got no business. He got anger problems and shit. So they trying to handle him. There's going to be a new cop that comes off into the squad room. He's an interesting guy. He's going to come in and kind of fill the hole while Danny's in trouble. Danny's not going anywhere. This is just how they're moving the crew around. Donald, that was the captain, has left. He's going off to play in a new television show called Gotham. He is gonna be in a new show that has to deal with Gotham City prior to Batman and all that stuff and the shooting in New York City. So just like we told you before, man, actors move, they come and go. I'm still there, and we're gonna try to knock out this 16th season and go to the 17th season. But like I always say, I want to thank all the SVU fans. Mariska really thanks you. She's coming back. She's now adopted that little boy. So she's got a little kid, and we're just gonna go, episode to episode to see. Oh, I just thought about it. The episode that we're shooting right now has a very interesting ending regarding me.
Oh shit!
A very interesting ending regarding me, and I think you guys are gonna love it. Very interesting, and I'm not going to say what it is, but hold on to your seat. And that was behind the scenes of SVU. Once again, with the one and only Reggie Watts and Mick Benzo and Ice-T. This is number 11, and this is Philosophy. The philosophy segment comes from my Twitter page, which is @FinalLevel, and I do this thing called the Daily Game, and I try to just drop science that I've learned. I don't really read philosophy from Aristotle, Socrates. I just daily life game. It's usually the best. And one of the best ones this week was, in life you will be crossed and double-crossed. Try not to kill anybody. And what I mean in this is that you will go under extreme pressure. People will do things to you that you have never imagined people can do. You feel me, Mick?
Oh, for sure. All day, every day.
It's just amazing. And I think one of the best quotes in the history of films was Tony Montana in Scarface, where he said, "Never underestimate the next man's greed." And what that means, Reg, it's like, just because you wouldn't do it, don't think the next man won't do it. You would never come over my house and steal out of my house, but just because you wouldn't do it, don't think another person won't do it. You might have morals, you might have limits to what you'll do. That doesn't mean everybody has them. And what'll happen is these creatures, these low-life motherfuckers will do foul shit to you. Now, one of my favorite segments with my man Dave Chappelle was when keeping it real goes wrong.
Oh, shit.
Right? So I just had a situation with my son where, he calls me, he says, "Dad, somebody stole something from me, and it's been gone for a year. Now I just find out that this particular person
was in his circle."
No, he has my shit, right? And he's trying to sell it, So I told him, I said, just try to cycle it. Because the streets will tell you got to kill him, nigga. You got to go run up, bang him out. This on, like the
It's called the instigator job. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what they do. They instigate it to see how far they can peer pressure you
to do something crazy.
Why don't they do it? Since they telling you to do it, why don't they do it? Show me how it's done.
Yeah. It's like the friend that comes up to you and says, yo, such and such, Mickey, man, this dude over here, Len Loke says you a bitch. Mickey's like, that's not the problem. I'm wondering why he feels comfortable telling you that I'm a bitch.
Right.
why you were supposed to hook
off?
Yeah, you were supposed to hook off on him right then.
Yeah.
How the fuck did he tell you that? Now you telling me. So it's a practice. It's a zone that we all have to take, but a lot of times you just got to let a lot of people get passes. Eventually somebody's going to cross into your zone and you're going to have to bring the gravity. You feel me? Yeah. But you will be crossed and double crossed. try not to kill somebody, you know, and that's the best as I can put it. That's the best I can put it, because I think we will all at one time or another be put in a situation where we feel someone's got to die.
And it really doesn't mean that you're a chump. It means that you're doing a lot more thinking now. Because at the age of 16, you might have drawn down on that person. But the age of 35 and plus gives you a thinking mode. Doesn't mean you're a chump just to say, you know what, I just brought that friend for that little bit of money.
You know what, Mick, when I was up, real talk, when I go up to Sing Sing and I talk to the cats up at Sing Sing, and you know, this maximum security prison, this is where the term up the river comes from, you know, Osning. So I'm up there at Sing Sing and I'm talking to cats in their 50s who went in prison when they was like 16.
And they still there.
And I asked him, I'm like, what happened? He said, well, Ice, you know, I'm in the streets, and the streets had told me, man, I got to stand my ground, and this, that, and the third, and if a man disrespects you, you let a motherfucker know. Everything I was taught up to that point, I did what I was instructed to do, and somebody disrespected me, and I killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am, 51 years old.
Still in jail.
I haven't been out of jail since I was 17, and these guys are like, I'm like, so what's your, he says, I just didn't have enough brain power to really cycle what I was doing. I was caught up in the moment. I was caught up in that hype and that street hype. And like you say, motherfuckers are so quick to tell you, oh, you got to go do this, do this, do this. Why don't you do it?
Exactly.
Why don't you do it? If you love me so much, go do it.
Exactly.
Go do it. You know? So try not to kill people. And people are like, oh, well, I'm a good person. This isn't what I would. Let me tell you, at one time in your life, you have gotten into that mode where you was like on that animal instinct and your brain was like, this motherfucker got to go. Mm-hmm. And fortunately, something didn't happen. And, you know, and they're still alive in their miserable fucking lives anyway. Fuck them. You know, philosophy. Okay, so that was Final Level Podcast number 11. Your man Reggie Watts on here doing all kinds of crazy shit with his mouth. You know, I'm about to get up out of here, so we ain't gonna have a chance to do no phone calls. I got to get out of here, get on that plane to Indianapolis 500. You know, Mickey, anything you want to say on the way out the door?
Yeah, I want to make sure that June 12th, 2014, New York City Body Count will be live at Gramercy Theater on 23rd Street. So come on out to 23rd Street, June 12th, Body Count Live. And do me a favor, visit Ice-T-FinalLevel.com. Hit on the thing that says merchandise. Buy a shirt or two. You're gonna see with us Madball, New York hardcore band Legends, and Wisdom in Chains. So we not playing up in there. It's gonna be very brutal, very aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Come with your elbow and your knee pads, goddammit. You know, Reg, anything you want to say on the way out the door?
You know, I'll be around New York, so if anyone wants to hang out with me,
stand up,
just find me.
He's just gonna be hanging around New York.
He's just gonna be out of
just hanging out in the
It's easy. It's like he got a head the size of a fucking, you know, piece of bush, like a shrubbery or something.
Yeah, you can find me.
How do you get in the car with that?
You can find me. You get very slowly. It takes me 3 times the
But he
amount of
got
time.
good hair. At least ain't nappy. You can wink and blow through that shit.
Fly shit. He a fly motherfucker too, man. But Questlove gonna get mad at you taking autographs, signing your name.
I
Remember
know,
that? We're trying to leave and you still talking about Questlove. You signed an autograph for Questlove.
I know. I will though.
Hey, so
I don't care.
In parting, as we always say, tell a friend about the podcast, turn them on to it, grab them, make them listen to one. I'm sure they'll listen to the rest of them. And let everybody knows, when they talk about 99 problems, that's Ice motherfucking T and Body Count, baby. We out.
Yeah.
I got a hoe from the east, I got a hoe from the west. Got a hoe that likes to jack it off and rub it in her chest. I got a bitch from the north, got a bitch from the south. Got a bitch that like to suck it long and hold it in her mouth. I got a bitch with hair, a bitch with none. A bitch with a knife, a bitch with a gun. A bitch with ass big as a TV set. And there's a bitch over there, hey, the one I'm gonna get. But yo, but maybe not, she may not like me though. No sweat to a vet, I'll rock a sister though. Word. I rock the whole damn herd. Fuck them all and leave them on the curb. I got a bitch with a mink who rocks a fat gold link, who likes to fuck me with her ass upon the kitchen sink. I got a bitch with tits, a bitch with ass, a bitch with none. But hey, I give her a pass and I love them all. I love them crazily and they love me back. That's why they stay with me. So if you're having girl problems, I feel bad for your son. I got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. Hit me. 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. If you're having girl problems, I feel bad for your son. Got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. Got a bitch that's old, a bitch that's new, a bitch who loves velvet and the color's blue. I got a bitch that's fat, a bitch that's built, a bitch so old her titties give out powdered milk. I got a bitch who's funny, a bitch who ain't, a bitch that can sing, a bitch who can't. I got a bitch that loves fucking on an airplane. I even got a bitch off Soul Train. I got a bitch who rolls ragtop bins, long ends. I got a bitch who's broke as a bum, but she's the most fun. I got a bitch that plays piano, a bitch who don't, a bitch that dances naked, a bitch that won't, a bitch who's short, a bitch who's tall, a bitch who burns my phone out with priority calls. And I love them all, I love them crazily, and they love me back, that's why they stay with me. So if you're having girl problems, I feel bad for your son. Got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. Hit me. 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. If you're having girl problems, I feel bad for your son. Got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. I got a bitch that loves a G. She'll fuck you right after she fucks me. I got a bitch that loves boats. I got a bitch that loves handcuffs and ropes. I got a bitch that's fast, a bitch that's slow, a bitch that's a virgin and a bitch that's a hoe, a bitch that lies, a bitch that's true, a bitch who's a man because y'all bitches too. I got a bitch that's cool, a bitch that's hot, a bitch who loves rap, a bitch who loves rock, a bitch who's lost and one who knows where it's at. She gets up under me and purrs like a cat. I got a bitch that runs, a bitch that walks, a bitch that yells, a bitch that talks, a bitch that's dirty, a bitch that's neat, a super fine bitch that I knocked at the swap meet. And I love them all, I love them crazily, and they love me back, that's why they stay with me. So if you're having girl problems, I feel bad for your son. Got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. Hit me. 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. If you're having girl problems, I feel bad for your son. Got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one.
That's how I'm living. 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 That's how I'm living.